Are you looking for a podcast about getting your boyfriend to be a cozy gamer?
Then you must be thinking of another podcast. Oh! Why, hello there, guest host.
Hello.
Again?
Again.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We have Taylor back again on the show for another one. Again, if you just listen to the show, normally you don't get our secondary pre-ramble show, which you can get from the Patreon. Kelsey is out again. Just shoot her some love. Go out to our Twitter and just be like, yo, co-host Kelsey, I love you.
Love you.
Love you, dude. Like that. So yeah, we have a nice little TV and movie episode for you guys. We are going to do one show in this front half and a movie in the second half. I hope you guys are ready.
Yeah.
Now, I know that this topic is going to come back around because I guarantee, I'm putting money down now. Putting money down right now. Co-host Kelsey will listen to this episode, be mad that she is not in on this discussion, and want to have this discussion again. I guarantee this.
Why?
Oh, because we're going to talk Black Mirror first.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, Kelsey. But it was so good. Like, it was so good.
It was very good.
I'm definitely not going to spoil season 6 shit. Like, if you guys haven't seen it, go fucking watch it. Season 6 is everything that you're expecting and waiting for from a season of Black Mirror.
Mm-hmm.
It is Black Mirror perfection.
Yeah.
It is just as good as anything we've had before.
Well, it did feel different. They definitely did it different this time, but I really enjoyed it.
So, I'll give you a little bit. Not like big spoilers, but they play around with the idea of the technology. They don't go really future. They kind of go past previous technology and how it has affected us and things with it. And it rocked my socks!
Yeah, it was very retro. It was cool.
Oh my god. There's like VHS stuff in here. Then they just go back to where like TV's new. Oh my god, it was just so good. It's so good. And it was so on the nose about itself. Yeah. I feel like Netflix didn't review these before they came out because the first two just take a giant dump on Netflix, calling it a pile of shit company. I was like, did they vet these at all?
Yeah, we made a thing. It's Black Mirror. They're already on Netflix. We don't really need to look at it.
Yeah, they were like, oh, people love these. Just make your shit. Make your shows. We love it.
Yeah.
And then they were like, you guys suck. Like the first two, I was like, are you really gonna let this be out there?
Especially the first one. It might as well have been called like Netflix sucks.
Oh yeah. So I would say the best ones are those first two. They both have a similar theme and they're almost connected in a way. I would say those two are the good opening because then they just purely have like wild shit for the last three. Oh my god, this was 5 good. I mean, we watched it all in one sitting. These were 5 good episodes. This was good Black Mirror.
My favorites were the first one and the last one.
I know you like the last one.
The last one was so good.
The last one was very good. Man, okay, so Black Mirror, like, I didn't know that there were, like, jokes from, like, back in episode 1 that they tie together in season 6. Like, season 6 is really for the diehards, I think. Like, if you love Black Mirror, this season's for you. Mm-hmm. It's really speaking to you guys, the people that love this show.
Yeah.
It's like a love letter to us, you know?
It's definitely, like... It's definitely for the people that have watched episodes, maybe not all of Black Mirror, but watched certain episodes multiple times.
So here's why I know that. And I'll get into this bit of it. So, by the way, season 6, give me a rating out of 10. I'm like a score whore, apparently, because like I just be throwing 10s out. It's like a 10 for me. I think it's great.
Everything's your favorite.
I'm not nitpicking. Like, sure, technically a 9, but it's still pretty fun. Like, it's just good. It's a 10, man.
Say maybe a solid 8.
Really?
Because like I didn't like
the paparazzi one.
Yeah, I didn't like 4 that much. Like
4 went off the rails. That's why I liked it.
That one was like the bottom for me. And
oh, you're gonna make me try to pick a bottom?
And Loch Henry, I think would have been right above 4. And 1, 3, and 5 were like
tied.
Were really, really good.
I will agree with that. But like the levels between them, so like number 4 being the bottom one, it's like still touching Loch Henry. Like,
yeah.
Like they're all holding hands. they're all in the same thing.
Yeah.
They're so good. Just if you haven't, like, you're not seeing this season coming. Because, like, that's the thing with Black Mirror. Like, you're watching it, and then you're like, what the fuck is happening? And it always kind of goes.
That's just the vibe of Black Mirror. Like, if you're not sitting there just, like, completely engrossed in what's going on and you have no idea what's coming next. Like,
then they didn't do their job.
Yeah, then, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
because it was good. So the reason why I brought up the whole, like, it ties stuff together thing is because when we watched season 6, I had said, hey, there's actually a couple I still haven't seen.
Yeah,
there's
I haven't either.
Yeah, there's like you've seen, you have less remaining than I did.
Yeah.
Because I had like 3 that I hadn't seen. And I've watched 2 of those now. So thankfully, we're both on the same level. There's one apiece we haven't seen. And it's the same one, weirdly.
Yeah.
There's one that we just fucking didn't
both
watch.
Seemed to miss somehow.
So, let's not come for me. Okay? I never saw the first episode with the pig.
Yeah.
That's like one of the ones I'd never seen. Not because I didn't want to. It had already been watched. And then we were starting the next one. So I just never went back. And like I knew what happened. So I just like didn't ever watch it.
Yeah.
Boy, I was like enthralled that whole... I loved that one.
Yeah.
It was so good. But so, in the very first fucking episode, on the TV, they're talking about a show called Sea of Tranquility. And in the first episode of season 6, they're browsing their Netflix, which is called Streamberry, which I hate the way that the lady calls it. Streamberry. And Sea of Tranquility is on it. And apparently, Sea of Tranquility is referenced in a bunch of different episodes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this? What does that mean? Is that gonna, like, be a thing one day? I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, is this a different show that, like, the people of Black Mirror also made that they're trying to reference, or...
Nope, it exists solely within the Black Mirror universe.
Which I think is very cool.
I love that shit. Yeah, it's a thing that's just in its own world. So that was in there. And then there was actually something else. So apparently this whole Streamberry thing is actually an older callback as well. And I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So there's just like little Easter eggs that make you kind of want to go back to old ones.
Yeah.
And see where maybe some inside meta references are coming from, you know?
Yeah, this is definitely a show that I like to rewatch. And it's not one that I feel like you have to watch all of it consecutively. Like, if you have favorites, go back and watch your favorites.
Oh, yeah. I actually, because of the pig one, it made me think of a story. So I'll tell you guys, and I'll tell you too. I've tried to get people to watch this show before, like at work and stuff. And I'll go ahead and throw it out there. This one was Big Beef Stew. I was trying to get Big Beef Stew on Black Mirror. Beef. And so I go, yeah, just, go start with season 1 and see what you think. And he comes to work the next day and he was like, Robert.
What the fuck?
He fucked a pig. And I was like, well, yeah, but that's just the first one.
Yeah.
And it's not like a continuation in episode 2 about that. And he was like, no, I'm not watching that show. Why? You made me watch that in my home. That aired in my living room. And I was like, yeah, but it's okay.
It wasn't just because, yeah. You had to.
And
if that, I feel like, yes, that is a wild fucking concept, but I feel like if that's the only thing that you walked away from being like, ugh, you fucked a pig, I don't want to watch any of it ever again, you obviously weren't paying attention because there was more to this story.
So, I hadn't seen that one, remember? And that one aired, dude, hang on. That first one came out in 2011. That was a decade ago, okay? The technology that was in that show was so different from today. And I hadn't seen that one, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't watch it when that technology was relevant. And I was like, oh my God, I remember when this is how we actually transported news to one another. Twitter was still kind of on the rise. It kind of blew my mind at this, stamp in time that is that episode. And I was living it, man. I was loving it.
Mm-hmm.
From the tech side. From the tech side, Stu. Not the pig side. But it was good. I was in that episode. I was loving it. I was like... Because, you had seen it, and you were, trying to talk to him, is he really gonna fuck that pig?
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. It's wild. But, I don't know. Do you... And then I've tried to get somebody else from work to watch it, but, on Netflix, they stagger these weird.
Yeah.
So they don't do season 1 up top. They do whatever the latest season is up top. So you actually have to go to the bottom to see the original first thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's they have it laid out weird.
And so when I had told that person to go in, Striking Vipers was the last show that had come out. So that's the first one they watched. And it was gay, so they didn't want to watch it. That bugged me.
Yeah. We don't talk to that person anymore.
Yeah.
But
so, it just weirds me out how there are, truly amazing, great shows or movies or something out there, and one thing early on can turn you away from it, and you miss, a complete masterpiece.
Yeah.
Black Mirror is a masterpiece.
Yeah, and the thing with Black Mirror, I think, is special, too, because, the whole thing with it is that it's an anthology series. So if there are episodes that you dislike about it, you don't have to go back and watch those. You can go back and watch just your favorites and still feel like you've watched Black Mirror.
Yeah, there's not... Pig Sex 2.0 in the next show, that never gets brought up
there
again.
There is not even a similar, remotely similar episode compared to that one. They're all incredibly different because...
They're so good.
Yeah.
If you don't get,
It's very niche,
If you're not exacerbated and just tired with how good this show is when you talk about it...
Yeah.
Then the show's just not for you, man.
Yeah, you're not watching it right.
So, we're talking about that because also that happened to another person at my job with Breaking Bad, which previous Yimtope show, me and Kelsey have officially declared the greatest show on TV, period.
Yeah.
Nothing tops Breaking Bad. It's the greatest show of all time. And there was somebody else at work that tried to watch it, and there were boobs in the first show, so they were like, oh, that show's dirty, not fucking watching that show. First of all, it's Breaking Bad. That show's fucked up.
Yeah.
Why were you intrigued by a meth-making school teacher in the first place?
Yeah.
The premise
but
alone...
boobs is your turn off.
Yeah. So, I don't know. the way that people shy away from certain shows based on like one thing that's not even like, I don't think that ever happens again in Breaking Bad. Like that happened in like the first one because Jesse was in a house having an affair with the lady in that house. So we happened to see him real quick for a split second. I don't think there's boobs in the rest of that 5 seasons of TV.
Yeah.
But it happened in that first 20 minutes. So fuck the rest of that show.
And it goes by so quick too. Like it's not like
that's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't like it's a focal point like a Game of Thrones or something where you see it all the time.
Yeah, or it's just like excessive, where it's like almost porn. Like
a real life moment of like an affair thing, and this lady threw a guy out of her window and a titty fell out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oopsie.
I don't know. It just bugs me. We were talking about this before the show too, how, you know, Black Mirror's also there to challenge your relationship with technology, or in some of them, your own relationship with your children, like the helicopter mom one.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's there to push your boundaries and make you face questions about yourself as well.
The point of it is to make you uncomfortable.
Yeah. But some people don't like that.
Yeah. People don't, I don't know. I don't think a lot of people are watching things to challenge their worldview.
But like, why not?
Appreciate the artistry of anything. Like,
I mean, just because this, let's just say it's like Uncut Gems or something, right?
Yeah.
Uncut Gems is just a dude that's making bad decisions. And yeah, that might make me uncomfortable because maybe I make good decisions, right? But there are people out there making bad decisions that are going to relate to that more than me. So why should that not exist in the first place? Like all this art is there to speak to somebody.
Yeah.
And maybe by seeing it, you can get a window into somebody's, like, their true day-to-day life world that you don't have, so you can kind of see how another person thinks, interacts with the world and all that stuff. I love that shit. I love seeing how it is for somebody else. I like that shit. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's just me, I guess, but...
Yeah, we all know you're weird.
I know, I'm sorry. I like that shit, man. I like to be... Well, I mean, okay. So like the horror movie stuff, that's not what they're for. That's just to be like, how much nasty shit can a person be subjected to and not want to turn this off? That's all that is. But like Black Mirror is like, think about something wild and what would you do in that scenario? Black Mirror's a lot of moral, cheaty type choice things.
Yeah.
It's all moral shit, which is fun to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think about that? So, like, one of the other ones I hadn't seen, also don't come for me, I hadn't seen San Junipero, which is, like, widely held as the best one.
The best one, yeah.
And I hadn't seen it. It was fucking good. Doesn't crack my top still, though. Sorry.
Really?
It was good.
Why?
I super liked it.
It was so beautiful.
I was going to say, because I like some other gay ones more, but I was like, but that one was gay, too. I don't know. Like, it was really, really good. And it did freak me out at the end, though.
Why?
Which I enjoyed a lot. Like, I like it when Black Mirror leaves me going like, ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Woof.
Well, it's the whole thing about, like, you can decide to live in, like, San Junipero, this, like, digital world. But then they showed this, like, Indiana Jones fucking hallway of just never-ending server space. And that just, like, spooked me a little bit.
Yeah. Because that's all dead people.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. It's weird.
Your consciousness lives on in
just like
in the cloud.
There's, just like robots just like screwing on little light bulbs of people in there, and it was a lot. But it was a very good one. Like, I super loved that one.
Would you put your consciousness in there?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Yeah,
Why?
I can't
Maybe?
decide. So I would want to do it if the current day is also generated and uploaded to it. It's like if the servers get, you know, the newest Star Wars movie, so I can still watch Star Wars movies. Okay. Oh, God of War 12 is out, and I get to experience that still? Yeah. I'm totally going in that computer place.
Yeah.
If I can keep up to date, I don't want to just go back and play Dig Dug forever like that one dude. I want to live in the 80s forever.
Well, that's the whole thing. You can go to any time or any place that you like. And you have the option to leave at any time. So it's not like if you make the choice to go there, you're not stuck there.
That one was from 2016. And I know they went to the 2000s. Yeah. At one point in that show. They didn't really hit 2010s, so maybe that's why I was like, how, like, do they only upload a decade at a time? So they're like, okay, you'll get the 2010s in 2020.
No, I feel like it would be kept current. Like, you can choose to live in the current time, but as like, your younger self.
See, that's cool. I don't know. Like, see, that's what I like about these, because it makes you kind of be like, if I could, would I? You know, that didn't rhyme, so I had to go would. But, like, that's what Black Mirror's good at. I want to talk about one more before we, like, just kind of say what, like, some of our favorites are. Mm-hmm. Moral stuff, again. There's the one, I think it's called, like, White Bear or something, where the girl wakes up and doesn't remember who or what's going on, and she's being chased, and that's like her like corporal punishment for having murdered somebody is to live through that day after day. I think that's fucking a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot.
Yeah.
That kind of veers on cruel and unusual.
I mean, she did torture and murder a child, though.
That is true. And like, is it any better, the one that they have where they just put your consciousness in, like, a snow globe and go live out 1,000 years alone?
Yeah. Like,
she's at least there doing this day to day. Like, this person's literally just, like, trapped in a glass thing.
Yeah.
Which one's better or worse?
That's why Black Mirror is so wild, because that could happen.
Oh, yeah.
That could happen. Technology probably will reach that point where we can remove somebody's consciousness from their body.
If we don't burn up first.
Yeah. Yeah, if we don't all just, like, blow up.
We do stuff today that seems so normal that sounds so insanely wild to somebody like 200 years ago.
That sounds like a wild concept, but, like... And Black Mirror is not even the first people to, like, touch on that subject either.
Yeah.
So, there's probably, like...
Chappie was doing that shit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so it's probably, like, you know, somewhere in, a random government building being tested right now.
It's probably been perfected, and they just know how crazy it would get if it got out.
Yeah.
So, Black Mirror's dope. I would like to go over... What is your favorite one?
My
Hands down... Your favorite one?
Honestly, I think I might go with Nosedive. Because that was, like, the first one I saw. And I feel like that episode specifically, like, truly encapsulates what Black Mirror is about.
I actually super love that one, too.
Yeah.
Like, that one is almost like... that's, like, classic Black Mirror. So that's your favorite one? Is Nosedive?
Yeah. I mean, there's so many good ones, though. Like, it's hard to pick.
There's a majority of good to, like, so-so ones.
Yeah. Like, it's going to be so close for me. Because, like, right behind that one is, like, USS Callister. And, you know, there are a couple from this recent season that I would add to my list of favorites.
So my favorite is actually Striking Vipers. Which is one of the ones you haven't seen.
That is, like, one of the couple that I have not seen.
Yeah. So that's the gay one that one person from work watched and hated it.
Yeah.
That one was so just, man, like, Playtest was the other video game one at the time.
Yeah.
And that's a good one. And it was always a good one, but it was never even close to one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Playtest was good. It was a good idea that really, like, ooh, sets up a Black Mirror tone. But it's not, like, classic Black Mirror. Striking Vipers took Playtest and then, like, Black Mirrored itself and did a good job. It's so good. I think that's my favorite one.
Yeah. And I also really like
The Black Museum.
Black Museum is a good one. No, there's this one. Oh, Be Right Back. That's from season 2.
Oh, okay, yeah. You love that one.
It has Domhnall Gleeson in it, and I love him.
I know.
But that one's a really good one.
So before we take a break with this one, we have our favorites. But what is like the quintessential, the Black Mirror episode? Yeah. I think there's only one that you can say, like, that's the one that you watch and you know this show. I think it's USS Callister.
I think it'd be either that one or Black Museum, honestly.
I think USS Callister has the perfect amount of twist and stakes, action. It just hits. Yeah. To me, that's the top one.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite.
That ending definitely messed me up. Like, that was like the first episode of season 4, and I was like, we have to take a break.
Yeah.
Like, I need time to like swallow that one. Like,
I think it would have been San Junipero had nothing come out past season 3.
Yeah.
That was the top at the time.
Yeah.
But I think USS Callister is the Black Mirror show.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it, I would start with that. It's the least offensive, I guess, since every other one I've had people watch, they get offended and don't want to watch it.
Yeah. But I mean,
it's not offensive.
I feel like
it's spooky.
The whole show could be considered offensive then.
True.
But like I said, the show is meant to make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because every episode has like a situation or like a human thing about it. That's like the whole thing. Like the USS Callister one, he's a total pig. That's why.
Yeah.
That this whole episode is happening.
Yeah.
And he gets it coming to him by the end. So
it's so good. Go watch season 6. Or if you haven't seen the show, start with USS Callister, see if you like it, and then I think the best way, you start from the beginning. I don't think there's a good... Just go to season 2, because I've heard that shit where it's like, oh, season 2 is where Netflix took over. Just start from season 2. Season 1's fucking dope.
Yeah.
You gotta watch season 1.
You can't just not watch it.
Some people do that,
if you don't
though.
watch it first, that's fine. But you can't not watch it.
Because it was good.
Yeah.
That's still got some ones that I think about all the time. So, with that, let's take a quick break, and then I'm just gonna let Taylor cry the last half of the show. You'll find out.
Okay.
So you already know by the recipe card, and then you can press that button, and it just goes bloop, 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 bloop.
Yep. It's such a
and
satisfying noise when it fills it in too.
Yeah, it is. That sploosh when they all hit the water.
Because whenever you throw an ingredient in, it like makes it like kerplunk into the pot.
Yeah, it's not that thing people can do with their mouths, like when poop falls in the toilet. They're like, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Like a water drip thing? Yeah, it doesn't do that. It actually fucking kerplunks like a stone being thrown in there.
Yeah.
It'll soothe any man. Any man will love that sound.
That's the real reason Robert likes this game.
Just like, oh, I'm throwing rocks in the river. If you like that little bit of the pre-ramble, you can get that full bonus episode by going over to patreon.com/YMBTOAP and signing up to be a patron. We would love to see you guys there. We've got multiple tiers where you just get a little bit more content with each one. Go check it out. But if you want to be the ultimate supporter, get you some Yimtope gear over at the Yimtope Apparel store. We've got a whole bunch of stuff for the summer, tank tops and stuff, because it's getting hot. It's getting so hot. That link's in our show notes. Thank you to all of our supporters. We love you guys so much. Whether you're just tuning in for the first time, tuning into the free show that we always do. If you're a Patreon supporter, we're just glad that you guys are here taking this ride with us. And with that, let's get you back to that regularly scheduled content. So we're back. I think it's time to crack into this.
Yeah.
I'm ready to crack. Let's do this. Ooh, I can't even get under the tab. Hang on. Got it. Ready? Woof.
What you got?
So mine smells just like straight up Red Bull.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a apple flavored Ocean Bomb from Dragon Ball. I have a Ultra Instinct Goku apple flavor. It's already open, so hang on. I mean, it's just an Ocean Bomb. That's all it says.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is. But it says it's apple flavored, and I have a feeling it's going to taste like shit.
I bet it tastes like sweet tarts or something.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
No? Let me taste.
I love apple, but I don't like that. Hang on. It's definitely not like a Red Bull. That's like an apple soda.
Oh, I like that.
That's weird. It's just not what I expected. Do you find that refreshing?
Yeah.
It's
nice.
weird.
It's apple-y.
Put a picture of the can up later. It's a cool can. We did our TV show talk. Now we're here to talk. This one's full spoilers, so sorry about it. Why don't you tell them what we saw, since it's your movie?
We went and saw the new Pixar movie, Elemental.
Yes. So, I wanted to see it solely for the fact of it was a Pixar movie, and it was about like a fire and a water person potentially trying to get together, and like, ooh, how's that gonna work?
Yeah. Well, the previews that I saw, like, I don't know, they weren't very spoilery, which I liked.
Yeah.
To me, it just looked like Zootopia, but with element.
I was kind of getting that vibe too.
With the elements.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's Pixar, it's like Zootopia elements, I'm in.
And it is almost none of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of surprising what it is
Yeah.
at its heart. So,
I mean, I was kind of right about the Zootopia thing, but it was more like...
way less in-depth.
Well, it was more like Zootopia in the way of, like, the world-building stuff. It just wasn't as in-depth.
Yeah. Do you want to start with a rating for this one? Do you want to get into the movie first, end with a rating? Where would you like to take this?
I mean, we can do a rating.
Okay, out of 10. What do you give
I want to
it?
hear what you give it.
Oh, I mean, I told you. I'm a whore for this stuff. It was super good. So guess what I give it? It's a 10.
Yeah, it's a 10. I mean, it's...
Objectively, it's like an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's really nothing special. It's not a movie that's unmade before.
Yeah.
It's not across the Spider-Verse level animation, like something I've never fucking seen. Like, it's all stuff I know. But it's good shit.
Yeah.
So I like good shit, and it's still good. So my enjoyment of it is a 10.
Yeah. I give it, like, the highest of 10. Like,
Yeah.
I loved it so much. I think it might be my new favorite Pixar, honestly.
I think that's a recency thing. We will see. Because you're going to say that's unseated Coco for you?
I mean,
She's actually considering this.
Beautiful movie to me. Like, I don't even care, like, if other people like it as much as I do. Like, of course I would love if all my friends watched it and loved it like I did, but
Okay.
I just don't see that happening because, like you said, it's nothing that hasn't been done before. Like,
Yeah.
it's essentially like a Romeo and Juliet kind of thing, but nobody dies.
Yeah.
And
Not like they didn't try, though.
yeah. Oh my god, like, he almost did, and I just was weeping so hard in the theater.
Multiple people almost died in that movie.
Yeah.
I think living in an elemental world is
kind of dangerous.
Horribly shitty.
Yeah.
Like, even in the trailer, she, like, accidentally bumps into a dude on the bus and burns all of his brush off. And I'm like, that's dangerous, man.
He could have died.
Yeah. That's scary.
But I don't know. I'm a sucker for love stories. I'm a sucker for element stuff. Like, you know, we all love Avatar.
Yeah. And funny enough, that is the 4 elements in this movie. You got air, ground, water, and fire.
Yeah. And I just love how tied together everything was. Like, it wasn't just the elements. The elements were also tied to, like, emotions. And, like, the music was tied in really well. And, like, you know, it also had, like, you know, real life stuff in there. Like, the fire people were the immigrants, basically. And it was, like, an immigrant story.
Yeah.
And it was just so beautifully told and just so beautiful to look at. It was beautiful to, like, hear. Like,
I mean, it really did look good, though.
I just loved everything about it. I literally wanted to watch it again as soon as it was over. And I haven't felt that way about a movie in a long time.
Since Zootopia.
Yeah, since Zootopia.
Yeah.
Because we literally went back to the theater and watched it again the next day.
You did the same thing with this one, actually. Yeah, so because this is a children's movie, and as discussed with me and Kelsey in our Spider-Man interlude that we did, there's so many blockbusters coming out that there's no room for all the movies at the IMAX Inn. Okay,
Yeah.
You can't have your cake and eat it too. So they're like, well, the kids' movies get XD in the morning,
Yeah.
and then Spider-Man and the Flash are gonna get it all night long.
Yeah.
So Taylor, so we actually saw it normal because there was no XD in the evening.
Yeah.
So we saw it on a normal theater. It was phenomenal even there. And I was like, could you imagine XD? We look up the show times and stuff. And I'm like, there's only 2 more days of XD. And they're only in the mornings. So it's not even a case of like, we can wait till next week. Next week, XD ceases for this movie. It's going somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I was like, you literally have today and today only to go see it in XD.
Yeah.
And she did.
I went.
And I didn't go. I didn't
went
get to.
by myself, and I've never done that before. I went and saw a movie by myself for the first time ever. And I'm really glad I did because, like I said, the movie was so beautiful.
It is really good. I didn't expect... Like, what I expected was the love story, and I got that. But it is a better love story than I even expected.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely got choked up in a couple spots, for sure.
Yeah.
Not as much as you.
No, I was just, like, full-on weeping for, like, the last half of the movie.
So the ending is like a whole, like, oh my god, did this person die? And I was like, I don't know, though. It's a kid's movie.
Yeah.
Let's see if they really go that hard. Because, like...
I mean, they really had me going for a minute there, and then...
Some movies go hard. Like, you can't say it's a kid's movie, they won't do it.
Yeah.
Some people do it. And they drug this one on for a pretty good bit. Like, it's worse than Wall-E, like, losing his memories kind of shit.
Yeah.
But it was good. And so that's the whole thing. It's a massive flop. It is a complete financial failure for Disney Pixar.
Yep. It took them $200 million to make, and it didn't even hit $60 million.
Yeah.
Which makes me
sad.
So incredibly sad because that means it's probably not going to get merch. It might not get a sequel. Like, it's just what it is now, which, whatever. I'll buy it when it comes out and I'll watch it forever.
Is ridiculous because the immigrant experience alone would reach a ton of people.
Oh, yeah.
And so here's the thing. You go look about this movie online, no one's excited.
Yeah.
All of those people base it off of the advertising they saw for it.
Yeah.
Because then everybody that has seen it is like, it's not the movie that was advertised to me, and it was so good.
Yeah.
People are like, nobody doesn't like it.
But I thought that was like the whole thing with Disney. Like, you know, most Disney people aren't going because
So
like
there's
it
ill
for
will
I
now.
feel like a lot of people are like, oh, it's Disney, I'm gonna go. Like,
So Kelsey, you're gonna love this. You want to know why this is a problem now? You want to know why Pixar's a problem?
why?
Turning Red.
What?
That's when it all shifted, that they couldn't just bank on the Disney name.
Oh yeah.
They talked periods. And remember, I used to watch that one dude's reviews online, and he was like, I never had to worry about Pixar. And then I
Yeah.
took my girls there, and it told them about periods and how to gyrate at their parents. And now I have to consider if a Disney movie's worth going to, because I can't bank that they're just mindless family fun for my children.
Yeah. But the crowds
That's
that
dumb.
were there were like super enjoying them though.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone that has seen it, dude, they clapped when I was there and when Taylor went alone.
Yeah.
People didn't clap in Across the fucking Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
People didn't clap in half the movies I've seen this year, and they've clapped fucking twice in Elemental.
Yeah.
Put that shit in perspective.
Yeah.
This movie is better than you think, and it's better than we deserved. It is phenomenal. Like, it's a great movie.
I just can't talk enough good things about it. It's so good. And I want to see it again and again.
I really wanted to see it in XD, but I'll have to settle for my OLED at home.
I literally had like
the colors in that movie.
Oh my god, it's so, like
How
I
were
said,
they in
it's
XD?
so,
Tell me.
it was so visually pleasing, and everything was so crisp and beautiful. Like, I loved it. And the song, everything about this movie was just super beautiful. And like the song that plays during the movie and like the end credits song, I literally have not stopped listening to it. I'm so hyper focused on it right now. Like, I literally play it on repeat in my car.
It is a pretty good song. I like don't know where to go with this movie.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee whatever you listening are thinking it's about, even after us telling you now that it's an immigrant story and all this stuff, you still don't know.
Yeah.
You still don't know the depths where this goes. And I thought it asked some good questions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's some stuff in there that I hadn't really considered either. And I was like, man, that's a deep question for a fucking kids movie.
Yeah.
And I think that's really good for some kids to ponder today.
Well, and it makes me sad too because the director wrote this story from personal experience.
It's his life story.
It's his story about him and his parents.
Yeah.
At least the immigration part. I don't know about the love part, but
Yeah, well, that's probably the, like, let's get
Disney
other
part-
people in, yeah.
The Disney part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, we basically just said, your life sucks.
Yeah.
We're not interested. That's gotta feel bad.
Yeah.
But it was so good,
It was
man.
very good.
Like, it was good. It's definitely not unseating my top movie, but my top movie just gives me the feels in the right way.
I mean, that's what this movie did for me. Like, it just takes it's gonna be definitely one of my like happy place movies. It makes me very happy.
I think here's the thing for me. So this is gonna be your top Pixar one then.
Yeah.
All right. Do you know my top Pixar one?
Monsters Inc.
It's fucking Monsters Inc., guys.
Yeah.
That movie is unparalleled to this day. The twist, the level of, like, comedic prowess that's in that movie. The end song for that one with John Goodman and fucking Billy Crystal singing that song together.
Yeah.
Fucking magical. One of the last ones to have the bloopers in it still.
Yeah.
The depths of tragedy that is that movie.
Yeah.
That movie hurts my soul in the best way. I love Monsters, Inc. I don't know that it can ever be topped. There's definitely movies I consider better. I think their best movie is hands down WALL-E.
Yeah.
WALL-E is such a good movie. It's not my favorite movie. It's the best one.
Yeah.
That movie has no right to be what it is. It's so good. That movie made people... there were action movies out, and people wanted to pay more for a half-silent film with a robot. That's how good that movie is phenomenal.
Yeah. Wally's amazing.
It's unmatched.
He makes me cry every time I see him in Dreamlight Valley.
It's not my favorite, but it is so good. Like, it's good. And Elemental is kind of good like that.
I mean, how you just described how you felt about Monsters, Inc. is how I now feel about Elemental. Like,
yeah.
It just hit me in the right ways, I guess. Like,
you guys need to see it. It's really good.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm hyping it up too much, but I don't know. I loved it that much, and I can't stop thinking about it.
Okay, so here's kind of one of the things, if I was going to say it's why it went to an 8, like, objectively, not for enjoyment purposes. We brought up the, like, Zootopia side, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, this movie definitely goes into a racism perspective.
Yeah.
And they played it so incredibly safe. Like, there was a moment where you were like, oh, this movie might go weird, might go wild. Mm-hmm. And then, like, that was the only moment. Because, like, Zootopia did that shit, but, like, it almost doubled down.
Yeah.
So, like, they had the whole thing where, like, they caught the mayor, and they showed that predators were doing the stuff, right? And then she made her friend feel bad. Old Nick the Fox, man, he's the best. She made him feel like shit. And then you see the people on the train pulling their children away from other predator people.
Yeah.
And then the guy at the front desk gets fired for being a predator. Like, they kept going with that theme.
Yeah.
Of, that shit. This one, there's one moment, because she's an immigrant, and they're like, it's not English, but basically they're like, your English is really good. That's surprising.
Well, no, there was the other scene, too, where, like, she flashed back to when she was young, and they went to the museum or whatever, and the guy was like...
Yeah, and they wouldn't let him in.
You people don't belong here, essentially. Yeah. And that was a really rough part. And then, I mean, when she's, like, on the train and stuff, too, like, people give her weird looks because she's fire, and she's trying to, like, dim her light or whatever so she doesn't catch people on fire.
I think Kelsey would love the animation for Ember.
Yeah.
She alone's worth seeing the movie.
Yeah.
She is amazing.
I mean, I read that they a lot of what they spent their budget on was like a new type of like animation and computer programs just to animate Ember and her family.
They do that shit. Like, that's why Pixar goes hard, guys.
Yeah.
They don't produce a lot of movies. But, like, when Finding Nemo came out, they, like, developed, like, an algorithm to accurately do, like, how things sway underwater. Mm-hmm. They built that and then built the movie around that. Yeah. Like, they always push the boundary somewhere first. And then they go from there. Like, Toy Story 4 was all about, like, the most minute, detailed
like the
rendering.
Types of fabric that they were made out of.
Oh, I need to watch that movie on my TV.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it since the theater because I cried too hard. Pixar movies are a guaranteed cry time.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're always a cry time because they just do it so good. Except for Cars. Cars don't make people cry.
Yeah.
Except for part 2 and how bad it is. God, I hate that movie. But, like, I really don't know what to say about it. They do kind of play with... I think they do good at a race type thing because they do, like, stereotype elements to, like, how they behave.
Yeah.
So, like, water people were definitely white people. And it was very cringe because I was like, why is that so accurate?
Yeah.
Why is that so right about the people that look like me?
Well, and they, like I said, they also like tied the elements to different emotions too. And the water people were criers. Like they all just were, and they were so absurd. They just like had literal like fountains out of their face.
Didn't you say walking in, you were like, oh, I'm a total fire person?
Oh, yeah.
And then you left?
I went in and I was like, oh, I'm a total Ember. I'm so badass and tough. And like, and then Wade came on the screen and he started just like crying and he was just so like absurd. And I was like, yeah, I'm Wade.
Guys, they play a game of trying not to cry.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't even like say mean things to one another. It's just like they craft a sad story and the other person's not supposed to
like
cry, and that's their whole game.
The mom and dad are doing a round and he just goes, it was 1979 or some shit, and you were wearing a certain sweater, and she was like, bah! I never got to say goodbye to Nana.
So they keep saying that this movie is a failure because of the marketing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about that because I know what I've seen, and then you get on TikTok and it's like people saw a completely different movie sold to them.
Yeah.
So if you guys saw stuff about this movie, I want you to write in and tell me what did you take away from these trailers?
Yeah.
That led you to want it or not.
What trailers did you see, and what did you walk away thinking this movie was going to be about? Because that's like everybody's whole thing is like, oh, Pixar did the marketing for this movie so dirty. Like,
I thought it was purely a love story, a straight up Romeo and Juliet, fire and water guy can't mix. And I was like, we'll see what they do with it, you know? And then you hear other people go, no, they only ever showed off this little 8-year-old kid hitting on people all the time.
I don't know why everybody hates Clod so much.
Probably because they saw commercials or something for him like 1,000 times. And I'm like, is this because you guys don't pay for YouTube Premium, so you got weird ads that I didn't get?
Yeah, I don't know. They must have, like, did a lot of the marketing towards him so that they could make toys out of that specific character. But yeah, that kid is in the movie for like a grand
3 scenes.
A grand total of like 30 seconds.
Yeah, he shows up, grows a flower from his armpit because that's like his armpit hair, and then he tries to woo women.
Yeah.
And that's it.
He keeps trying to like flirt with Ember.
Oh, can I say this about that movie? It got so real by the end. They were talking about Pitch and Whoopi.
Huh?
You don't remember that? The dad said that.
Oh, no, he said now there's way more time for making hanky-panky or something like that.
And then he straight up says, like, I remember how to pitch woo and stuff. And I was like, whoa! I love this! Oh, and can we talk about the short beforehand?
Oh, my God, yes!
The short was good.
What was it called? It was...
Oh, I don't even know what it was called.
It was up stuff. And I also read that this was the first Pixar movie in like the last handful of movies that has featured a short before it.
So this one was called Carl's Date. If you have seen the movie, you know that it opens with the most traumatic 10 minutes ever
animated.
Yeah, like devised, where he grows up from getting married to his wife dying and shit, right?
Yeah.
And so it's been who knows how long at this point, but some old lady asks him out on a date. And it's Doug, his dog, like pumping him up to go do it because he's like, I just want you to be happy, Papa.
Yeah. And Carl's like getting super nervous for it, and he like dyes his hair, and he goes and buys like all these different like chocolate boxes because he doesn't know which one to buy, and it was so cute.
I hated it because Taylor just goes, this is you and Jinx.
Yep.
And it was.
Yep. And then it was the part that made me cry was when he's like literally about to go on his date.
That's when I cried.
Yeah, and he sees the picture of his wedding photo of him and Ellie. And he picks it up and he starts talking to Ellie.
Oh, that's not when I cried.
I won't be gone long, and
I'll be home by 10.
I'll be home by 10. and just stuff like that. And it was just so emotional.
No, that's not what did it for me. Did it for me was right after that, he puts his hand on the door and still can't leave. And then so his dog picks up his leash and he like bumps his hand and goes, I'll go too. And then he joins him and he goes, okay.
Yeah, then it just ends with
them going to the date
Carl
like it
and
didn't even
Doug
happen.
walking down the street to go on his date.
It was pretty good. It was a good short. It's definitely not my favorite short, but it was a sweet one.
Very good, though.
Night and Day is my favorite one. It was pretty close. Dude, Pixar shorts are on another level.
My favorite Pixar short. I should look up a list. Pixar shorts. Let's see.
There are some straight up good ones, man. So Jerry's Game back in the day was my shit, though. I love that one. The old man playing chess with himself.
Oh, For the Birds is such a good one, too.
I loved Boundin'.
Boundin's a good one. One Man Band. All of them are so good.
One Man Band is okay. But Presto, the magic dude with the bunny, loved Presto.
Oh, no. My favorite one is the one before Up. I think it's the Partly Cloudy one where they make all the babies.
Yeah.
And the one cloud makes all the, like...
alligators and porcupines.
Like, bad babies where they're, like, hard to deliver because it's an alligator and he bites the stork or porcupine.
That
and
one's
he gets
really
all
good.
the, like, sticks in him. That's a really good one.
I'd say right after that...
And Lava.
What did I say?
Lava's cute.
Lava's good. I love Bao, though.
Bao is very good.
I actually can't watch that and not, like, fully lose my shit. Like, that's the one I cry the hardest in every single time.
Yeah. Oh, don't even lie. You
What?
know which one's your favorite.
Which one?
Kit Bull.
That's not one of these shorts, though.
That's
different one.
It's still a short from Pixar.
Yeah, but that's a different brand, man.
Okay, whatever.
But, I mean, I'm looking at Kit Bull right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my favorite one of just anything they've made. But I mean, like, the ones that, like, air before the movies. Because they have some that were, like, DVD exclusives.
Yeah.
After, like, Mike's New Car from Monsters, Inc. That one's fine. And it was only on the DVD.
Oh, some of these I haven't even seen.
I've seen a couple of these. We'll have to look these up.
I haven't seen Riley's First Date. Oh, Auntie Edna's a good one.
Oh, that one's phenomenal.
I don't think I've seen the Luca one. Ciao, Alberto.
You know what? I need to watch that movie again.
Luca?
Because I wasn't
so
able to pay attention to it when it was on.
Yeah.
So I kind of don't really know what fully happens.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to watch it again.
It's so cute.
I need to watch it. But Elemental's good. Don't let the marketing lead you astray.
Yeah.
I promise, if you were to give this one a chance, you would fully adore it. It is a phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
It's got all you need.
It's beautiful.
So that one's probably going to be seen more than Across the Spider-Verse, and that makes me very angry.
When have I ever done this with a movie, though, in our entire relationship? Like,
Never.
I have never been like, I need to see this over and over and over again. It's my favorite thing.
Because we are taking my mom.
You do that all the time.
Yeah, I even ask you, how many times can I see Across the Spider-Verse before you get mad?
I have not said that.
The answer was like 5.
I have not said that we can't go to Spider-Man again.
But we can't. Like, there's just never time. It's hard to see a movie 7 times these days.
Yeah, it is. Expensive.
Especially when you only try to go on Tuesdays when it's cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Movies ain't around that long no more.
Yep.
I think that's our media show.
Yeah.
Black Mirror, dope. Elemental.
Doper.
So, with that, would you like to get out of here?
Yeah.
Probably go see Elemental again.
Yeah. Or at least go listen to the song.
All right, if you guys love this episode, please tell a friend. Word of mouth is the best way to get the good Yimtop into fresh new ears. We release every single Monday. 4 years and counting, man. That's a lot of Mondays. We will always be there. That's the Yimtope guarantee. Stamp that on each one before we ship it out. If you want to talk to us, go on over to Twitter at YMBTOAP over there. Tell us what your favorite Black Mirror episode is. Have you watched the new season yet? Is it your favorite season? I don't think it's mine, but it is a very good one. Did you see Elemental? Did the marketing lead you astray? Let me know what you thought about the marketing. Did that lead to your decision to see it or not see it? Was the Pixar name enough? I would like to know. But if that's not the way you want to approach us, you want a more direct route, you can go on over to our Patreon, sign up for our lowest tier, get into the secret Discord, write us in the episode discussion, and let us know what you think about this one. You can just tell us right there, share us memes and stuff of this show, whatever you want to do. Again, thank you to all of you guys listening, to all of our patron supporters. You guys fill us with the love that keeps this show going. We love you guys so much.
Our theme song is The Grim Reaper Blows the Horn by Faraj. Please check him out on YouTube. And as always, thank you for listening, and tune in next time to get the answer to that burning question. How many more times can I go see him?
But we had one more important sound we wanted you to hear.
Do, 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 do,
Oh my God.
do, do.
Nope. Nope. That game just throws me in heffalumps and woozles all day long. I literally can't stop singing heffalumps and woozles. I just walk around the house. They're extraordinary, so better be wary. 'Cause jinkles come in every shape and size.